Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Valerie and currently I'm making new YouTube videos about my surrogacy journey. So if you want to subscribe, definitely subscribe. I'm making just like a vlog, just kind of like a memoir of my first week after transfer. So today I actually went to go get my blood drawn to check, so that they can check my HCG levels. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. I actually took two home pregnancy tests, and they both came out positive. They were very, very faint, and if I can find a picture, I'll definitely just post it on there. But they were very faint, but they were positives. So I'm thinking that I am pregnant. Today is day 11 post transfer. And I took the pregnancy test, I want to say day 7. Yeah, so I took it on Saturday. My transfer was on a Saturday, and then I took the test on a Saturday. So it was day 7, day 8 that I took those pregnancy tests. And today is day 11. Now, today I've been feeling some cramping. I think it's like menstrual cramping, which the doctor did say that that's normal. I usually don't get menstrual cramping on my period, so it just kind of hurts, and it's not something that I'm used to. But that's what has been going on. As far as the progesterone and the progesterone that I've been taking, I know on the previous video I did say that it was making me break out. It stopped making me break out, and I know I also said that it was giving me mood swings. That also kind of stopped. I'm kind of a moody person anyway, but I feel like I've been feeling a lot more calm, a lot more patient since the transfer. And it could just be kind of psychologically, because the embryologist did tell me that I had to take it easy. I had to have a lot of patience. I couldn't get mad. I couldn't make my body acidic, and I've been trying very, very hard to do that. Now I do have 4 kids, so I've been trying really hard, really, really hard. My daughter, a couple days ago, she my son pulled her arm, and I had to take her to the ER, and it was so hard to take her. I took her, but it was so hard because they had to do some x-rays on her, and I couldn't be in there with her because they asked me right away. They're like, okay, is there any possibility that you might be pregnant? And I hadn't taken a test or anything yet, but there was a slight possibility that I might be pregnant. I mean, it was after the transfer, and I want to say it was maybe about 5 days after the transfer, and I didn't want to take my chances. I mean, even if they didn't stick, I didn't want to take my chances and go inside the x-ray room and something happened to the babies. So I stepped away, but I could hear her crying, and she was mostly just crying. She was in pain, but also because she was just around a bunch of strangers that were holding her down so that they could do the x-rays. So that happened, which was kind of sucked, but I tried to stay positive throughout the whole thing. But I haven't really had any other symptoms besides this. I'm really, really excited to see what the results are tomorrow. They haven't told me anything yet as far as if I'm pregnant or not. I did speak with my OBGYN that I'm going through for the surrogacy, and I told her that I did get a positive, so she's pretty hopeful that I am pregnant. So I'm pretty sure I am pregnant. So I'm excited for this first trimester. I will definitely be uploading baby bumps and things like that. I didn't do it with any of my other kids, which kind of makes me sad that I'm documenting this pregnancy and I'm not documenting, I didn't document any of my other pregnancies. But to be fair, throughout all of my other pregnancies, it was just kind of like crazy. Like all the stuff that was going on during my other pregnancies was crazy. Like I had babies. They were like really, really small. Like throughout all my other pregnancies, my babies were really small. Like I didn't have really any time for myself. Right now, I do have a little bit more time for myself because I have 2 kids in school right now, and then my youngest is 3 years old, so she's already kind of self-reliant. She doesn't really rely on me too much. She's more independent now. Whereas when I was pregnant before, like I had like a 9-month-old, and basically it was just like wanting to eat boob like every single second of every single day. That's how my kids were. They just wanted to eat boob all the time. So I'm really excited for this pregnancy and seeing how it goes. I did see, I watch a lot of other surrogacy videos, and I did see a girl, her name is Harmony. I watched part of her video, not the whole thing, just because my kids were wanting me to like set up some game that my son got for Christmas. I mean, not for Christmas, sorry, for his birthday. So I didn't get to like view her whole video, but basically she was crying because she gave the baby away. And I was watching that video and I was like, oh my god, what did I get myself into, because I'm an emotional person. But I can see why. I can see why she was crying. And if I can find the link, I'll definitely link it. But I can see why she was crying. I mean, especially when you give birth, like naturally, there are so many hormones. Not what I mean naturally is like vaginally, without any epidural or anything like that. And even with epidural, I mean, I'm not, okay, don't quote me, just forget what I just said, but I mean, when you give birth naturally, like vaginally, all these hormones are released into your body, and those hormones are making it so that you bond with your baby. And I can see how it can be, like, hypothetically, obviously, I can see how it can be very emotional to not have the baby with you after, the next day after you give birth. I can definitely see that. And Harmony, I think she only had one baby versus I was implanted 2 embryos, so it's possible that I might have twins. So it is possible that I might have C-section, which I am not looking forward to, which I hope that doesn't happen. But anyway, we're back to Harmony. She only had one baby that she had. I think she gave birth to a boy. And she was just crying and saying how, she felt very happy for the parents. And she was happy that she did that. But, it was those hormones that were kind of making her feel sad, because those, like I said, those hormones come out of you, and they're kind of there for you to form that bond with your baby, because obviously, like, nature didn't intend for surrogacy. Nature didn't intend for gestational surrogates. Obviously, I know, like, there's verses and like stories in the Bible that talk about surrogacy, but they weren't gestational. They were more like just traditional surrogates, where it was actually the woman's baby and she gave away the baby to someone else, which to me, that I can see how that can be harder, because that baby is actually yours, versus myself and Harmony, we're gestational surrogates. So I do have another friend, and she gave birth via C-section. So she just says, like, she tells me right now, she's like, I don't even feel like I had those babies. Like, I don't, like, she sends she got some videos from the parents, which I think that's so sweet. The parents sent her some videos of the babies, and she was just telling me, she's like, I don't feel like I had those babies inside me. Like, I feel like those are their babies. Like, they're not mine. They're their babies, and I think they're cute babies, but I don't feel like any attachment to them. And that kind of got me thinking, after I watched Harmony's video, that it also can be because, and don't quote me, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not like a biology major by any means. If I'm not saying like factual things, like, it's because, like, so these are not facts or anything. This is just me, just kind of from what I've read and from what I've gathered. So definitely do your research. I'm not stating any facts here. But I don't think that when you have a C-section that those hormones are released. Now, that's not to say that when you have a C-section that you don't form a bond with your baby. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. what I'm trying to say is that when you give birth, like there are hormones that are released in your body that enable you to form a bond. And that's just kind of nature's way of making it so that you don't abandon your babies, you know, because maybe like sometime in prehistoric times people were abandoning their babies, you know, and it wasn't good for our species. So those hormones are released, and when you have a C-section, those hormones may not be released. May not. I have no idea if they are or not, but they may not. And that's what I'm thinking also. But I know my friend, she did tell me, like, she went into the surrogacy and she was aware that that baby or those babies were not hers. And that's kind of like what you have to do. I mean, that's how I'm feeling too. Like, these babies that are inside me, they're not mine. And I don't want them to be mine because I don't want babies anymore. But that's, you know, I feel like I've just been babbling on, but that's basically what has been going on lately. I watched that video. I'm probably gonna finish watching it and have more thoughts that I want to speak of about that specific video. I definitely will, but I'll link it down below because I feel like I haven't seen really any videos that are kind of raw like that. I haven't really seen any videos where someone is actually kind of like showing their real emotions, where you know, they're actually saying like, hey, like they're actually showing you how they're feeling in that moment, and it's just like her raw feelings, her raw thoughts. And I don't know, I didn't, like I said, I didn't finish watching it, so I really want to finish watching it. But yeah, those are just kind of like my thoughts on that, and I know I kind of went off topic, so I do apologize. But I'll be trying to make a video every single week as far as like what's going on with the pregnancy, and once I find out if I am pregnant or not and what my HCG levels are, and if I'm carrying twins or just one baby, I will definitely let you guys know. Alright, you all have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, give me any suggestions, anything that you guys want to know, and thanks for watching. Bye.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.